Alright dudes, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Disgaea RPG video. So obviously a lot of you should know by now that we are going to be having raids on the game very soon. On the 20th is when the Diane raid is due to drop. Now I know from speaking to people and seeing it on my comments and stuff like that, we do obviously have quite a lot of new players, and those new players are going to be a little bit put off by such a high level thing coming out when they start the game. Now I'm basically making this video, one as a refresher to existing players and two for new players, to basically let you know that no matter what level you are in this game, you can easily get every single reward available from raids, and you can do it in quite a fast and efficient manner. Okay, so I'm going to really quickly talk about what I class as the easy raid farming guide, and you guys can basically use this to your own advantage to make sure you get maximum return from the innocent wheel, which there's lots of innocents you want to get. It's not just the Diane innocent. You want to get weapon mastery, you want to get skill mastery, you want to get HL, you want to get EXP. All of that good stuff is available for free using the raid wheel, and I'm going to be able to help you get as many of those as possible. Okay, so before we go on and talk about this, if you haven't already, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and all of that good stuff. Okay, now very quickly before we go on and talk about the actual guide, I'm just going to give you a quick refresher on how the level of your raid boss works. Okay, basically if either you or one of your friends beat a raid boss, okay, if you have attacked that boss yourself at all, the next boss that appears will be at a higher level. Okay, if you personally do not attack your raid boss, if it is only your friends, it will be held at that level. Okay, now you can use this to manipulate the level of the raid boss that you want to fight. Okay, so for example, if you know you cannot beat a raid boss that's above level 1000, then when your raid boss hits level 1000, you never attack that raid boss. You only let your friends attack it. Okay, now this is not detrimental to you because you will still receive the same amount of points as if you had beaten that boss by yourself. Okay, so it's very important to note that first of all, because manipulation of your raid boss level is fairly important for the strategy we're about to talk about. Okay, now to easily farm your raid boss, what you want to do is you want to get yourself into a group. Okay, now there's places you can do this. That you probably use the main Discord, but to be honest, the main Discord is very busy and there isn't actually a dedicated section on the main Discord to do it. However, it is a possibility for you. Okay, however, you can join my Discord. There is a link in the description, and I actually have a dedicated section called Raid Pings. Okay, and what basically you do is you would join that section and you would get friends who are in a similar time zone to yourself. Okay, because that's probably important. You want to make sure you have people who are going to be playing the game round about the same time as you. Okay, when you've got that group, you simply send out the raid boss. Go on Discord if you want. I mean, generally, if you've set up your active times, you don't always have to go onto Discord. But if you go onto Discord, you can send a friendly ping out that says raid boss up. Your friends will kill it. When your friends get a raid boss, they'll simply type raid boss up, and you'll get a ping, and then you go and kill it. It's a very like for like kind of scenario. Okay, and what this will do is this will give you an unlimited supply of raid bosses that you can just absolutely knock out. Now again, you want to make sure you have a group of friends who are basically going to be able to help you during this. So one thing that we did come up against the first time we did this, because unfortunately we've only had one raid, is people were constantly trying to clean up their friends list during the raid events. Now Disgaea has this really strange 5-a-day limit on removing friends. Okay, so what I would recommend doing is just now, before we hit raids, go on your friends list and get rid of your inactive friends. Okay, do it now, because then that way when you start looking for active people to help you with raids, you'll have the spaces available, so you're not going to be every day trying to remove 5 people to add 5 people. You can just get it out the way before raids actually start. Okay, Now, if you are a low level player, you might not be able to beat these raid bosses. That doesn't matter, okay? If you are in an active group, you can simply go into a raid boss. You don't even need to hit it, okay? If you enter that raid, even if you hit quit, when your friends kill that boss, you will receive all the same rewards as if you had actually killed that boss by yourself. What this means is, regardless of your level, if you're a low level player, you can still get as many points as possible through badass bosses, standard bosses, and you'll get a lot of points. You can use those points to open boxes. The more boxes you open, the more spins you have at the wheel, okay? So if you are a new player, do not be put off by this high level content, because it doesn't matter. If you join a group like I've suggested, you can absolutely rinse this. You can rinse this for all the rewards possible. Now, farming, some people might think to themselves, oh, but I want to try and hit top 1, top 2, whatever. Well, that's fine. What to do is, this will take you a little bit of time, unfortunately, but go as high as you can. Go right up to the top if you want. Beat the hardest raid boss you possibly can. That will secure your place on the ranking list, okay? And then all you need to do, once you know you've hit your ceiling and you can't beat any better bosses, simply generate a raid boss, enter the raid, quit, okay? Just enter the raid and quit, or else don't even enter the raid and quit. You can, like, if you flee, is what I meant to say, sorry, enter the raid and flee, because if you flee, the raid boss will disappear, okay? You can basically abandon the raid, okay? Every time you do that, I think it's every second time, it may be every time, but I think it's every second time. If you're at level 7000, for example, if you flee the raid and abandon the raid boss, it'll drop down to like 6,500, then it'll drop down to 6,000, so on and so forth. And you basically do that until you get yourself back to a level that's suitable for farming. Because what you need to remember when you're farming is, it's not about what you can beat, it's about what people in your group can beat, okay? So you may be able to beat the 5,600 boss, no problem at all. But if the friends in your group can't beat them, you're going to have a boss that sits active for ages, okay? You basically want to have a system where you have a boss that your friends can very quickly kill, okay? Because if you do that, you can basically generate a boss every couple of minutes. And the more bosses you generate, the more points you're going to get, okay? On the first raid, by day 1, one of the guys on my Discord, I think it was Buddha, he was already over halfway done in one day. So it is possible to do this extremely quickly with very minimal effort, okay? Now obviously raids do run for 2 weeks, so you don't have to use this method if you don't want to, but this method will help you secure absolutely everything raids have to offer, and you'll have the most chances possible to open as many boxes as possible. Now, if you're someone who pulled some of the 7 Deadly Sins characters, if you stick all of them onto your team, again, even if you do not beat the boss, when you go to collect the rewards, you will have extra chances to get free spins on the wheel, and that does still kick in, even if you haven't killed the boss by yourself, okay? So, depending on how you're doing farming, you could basically just set your team up with full 7 Deadly Sins, even though you know they won't beat the boss, but they are going to give you maximum returns and maximum chances on getting extra spins for the Diana Innocent or any other Innocents. So it's a very, very straightforward strategy. I will pop it up on screen just now. Join a group, get active friends, hold the boss at a level that's easy to beat for everyone, rinse, repeat, done. It's so simple, guys. But anyway, guys, I hope this has been helpful to some new people who maybe didn't know this strategy, and maybe some existing people who had forgotten about this strategy. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, like the video, comment down below, and all that good stuff. And as usual, I hope you stay safe and stay healthy, and I'll catch you on the next Disgaea RPG video, dudes. Peace.